Well, hey guys, this is Dr. Drake 63 here with you today. We're shooting this Colt Cobra Classic. This is the Colt Cobra with a shined up cylinder and some different grips. It also has a brass bead front sight as opposed to a synthetic, more luminous front sight. And we're practicing shooting this today in double action. What you're seeing right now are my very first shots out of this firearm. This is a 6-shooter, which is a nice little benefit on a snub-nose revolver. Have that extra round. And right off the bat, as I imagine from the unboxing video, very smooth trigger, very, very easy to shoot in double action. And what you are seeing are my first 6 shots in double action. This is from 10 yards or 30 feet. I was high with the first couple, made the adjustments in terms of my sight picture, and as you can see, not too bad. Double action with a snub nose. It's about as I'm going to get all day, as good as I'm going to get all day, and here I'm using plus P Winchester as my ammo for that. So I wanted to start off right at the bat shooting the hotter stuff, and really was no problem at all in terms of felt recoil. Obviously, we like to shoot as fast as we can as well. Here's some ammo that we used that was keyholing, and this was MagTech, round nose, lead bullet type of scenario, and was very surprised to see that. I've not seen that out of a snub nose before, but there you go. I was not having this problem out of the other 2 kinds of ammo I was using, both Winchester 38 and plus P. Looking here, you can just see different results, one-handed shooting, taking my time here. You know my philosophy, aim small, shoot small, and there you see a pretty decent group there. Again, that is out at 30 feet. One thing I'm going to talk about a little bit later in this video, the shape of these aftermarket wood grips here are pretty tough. I say they're aftermarket. They came on the firearm, made for Colt by somebody else, obviously, but those dogs bit me on the very first shot, and has a lot to do with needing some sanding and the way I hold the firearm. It's also kind of a Colt day. Here's the Colt Trooper Mark III. I replaced some springs recently and just needed to make sure that it was working all right, and it most certainly was. So we put about 100 to 120 rounds of 38 special today. We shot plus P. We shot full metal jacket. We shot some soft nose, round nose lead bullets, and found that those at 158 grain from the Magnatech, or the MagTech, I should say, those keyhold, as we showed you earlier with target pictures. So that's kind of surprising, and I'm guessing that just the weight of the bullet and the relative short barrel probably just not enough to stabilize the round. I'm not sure, but I've never had keyholing out of a snub nose before, but I'm going to have to be honest. I've got many, many more thousands of rounds out of longer barrel guns than I do out of snub nose barrels, but really like the way this shot. I really couldn't detect a difference in felt recoil between the plus P rounds and the regular 38 special guys. So, you know, I think that's a testament to the weight of this firearm. As I did show you, definitely this dog bites. If you grip it up high, which I tend to do, and I've got kind of fat hands, thick hands, this is just not a really good grip design, and I'm not gonna blame this on Colt. Now they do sell this firearm with these particular kinds of stocks on it, but this is gonna, in my opinion, this is gonna require some sanding. You know, yeah, you can grip it lower, and that's fine. However, are you going to always remember to do that? And I don't want to have to worry about that. I thought it might be an issue when I first got this, but you know, minor thing that I can modify myself without any issue. But overall, You know, how does the Colt shoot? It shoots like a snub nose. It's got a very short sight radius. So, you know, to compare this to shooting, say that Colt Trooper, which, you know, was shooting the same hole out at 10 yards, or to compare it to other firearms with the longer barrels, just really isn't a fair comparison. This is a self-defense firearm. Its job at 7 to 10 yards is to be able to hit center mass on a two-legged hominid, and I can do that all day with this firearm, really without getting too much into the aiming. Just get it out there and do it, and that's how I tend to practice. But I like the action on this thing. As I said, the trigger's really nice, and so I would definitely recommend this firearm for somebody who's looking for a carry firearm, a pocket carry firearm, okay? If you're looking for a range gun, get something else. Don't get anybody's snub nose, okay? So that's the main thing I want to tell you. There's so many comments that I see from guys that clearly are not revolver guys, and they want to get their first revolver, and their main use is going to be to take it to the range and shoot paper targets. Guys, get a 4-inch barrel. Better yet, get a 6-inch barrel. You'd be surprised how accurate you can be. If you want to get a snub nose and then think, hey, I'm going to enjoy this the most at the range, I would do my best to talk you out of it, but that's up to you. For me, this is a tool. It happens to be a very attractive tool, and I like it. And I will just come out and say, yes, I did pay extra for something that's prettier. I paid extra for something that says Colt on it. Would I say that this is a better carry firearm, pocket carry firearm than the Smith & Wesson 637, which I carried for a long time? Yeah, with a caveat. Yeah, it's a better quality firearm. It's got a better trigger, but it is heavier, okay? It is heavier. Probably the biggest advantage I'd give this is that it has 6 rounds, okay? Instead of what standard typically 5. This is a heavy enough frame, in my opinion, that this could be a 357 without any modifications at all. I've kind of had my thinking goes back and forth on snub nose and 357. Do you want to fire around that heavy out of a snub nose? What are the advantages? Yes, it does hit with more power, but it's harder to stay on target, especially in rapid fire. So kind of a trade-off. But I think 38 plus P, as mentioned in earlier videos, is plenty of firepower for a self-defense situation. So really enjoyed bringing this video to you today. Hope you enjoy this in the companion video where we did the unboxing. And as always, I appreciate you watching. This is Dr. Drake 63 saying so long.